What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing out there? Y'all know what time it is. It's your man Leo Brown coming to you live. BNL behind the brand. That was my man Describe, giving that song for the culture. Salute the Leaf. So, in case y'all don't know, y'all missed the show last week. We did have Describe on. Had a great time talking with him literally last week, because normally we do everything every 2 weeks. So he was on last week. In case you guys missed that, go back and check it out. And you guys can take a look and listen to some of the music that he has. And it's all for the culture. That's what I can tell you. It's all for the culture. So, as I've been telling you guys, we have, or actually advertising, we have been putting this thing together for the longest. And we are now here. As you guys can see from the backdrop, it is Cigar Life Guy 3rd anniversary party. Number 3. And Dave's going to be on here with us a little while later. But as you guys can see right now, to my left, to your right, it is the one and only from Emperor's Cut, Mr. Greg Lewis. Greg, what's going on?
Hey, it's great to be here with you, Leo. This is fantastic. And congratulations to Dave on 3 years.
Yeah.
Cigar Life Guy. It's fantastic.
Yeah, I've probably been rocking with Dave for like 2 years. So we've been getting to know each other pretty well. Me, Mike, Cigar Mike. So it's been a fun ride, seeing this guy come into his own and do his thing, giving people a little bit of insurance, giving people assurance as well, So it kind of works out to where people can get some insurance, pass something down to their family, make sure that they're taken care of too. So big salute out to Cigar Life Guy.
Yeah, it's definitely a niche, it's just not a lot of people offering that as a service, and it's for those of us who smoke, that's a great thing.
Well, I got a policy with him. I don't know about everybody else. I needed it. As much as I smoke in these lounges, it was just necessary. So why not? Why not? But no, man, thank you for joining us. It is a pleasure to have you. It's been a long time. I've actually been dealing with Timmy for the longest. Okay. Because I used to be in San Diego. Okay. And I met her at one of the, I met her through a guy that lives out in Houston. Okay. And he said, hey, man, you got to talk to her. She's good. She knows what she's talking about. They got a great brand. I said, okay. And got to know Timmy well, and we still have fun every time we see each other at PCA. But, to get to know you guys' brand is also another thing. So I really do appreciate what you guys are putting out there. Especially, if I should say that you guys are local. Yeah. Because I know that there's a few of you within the company. So I don't know to call you guys local or, but how would you guys describe your company? Are you just, are you a local company? Do you consider yourself a local? Or do you say, hey, you know what? We're just a national brand right now? Yeah.
So the short answer is that we consider ourselves a national brand. And we had the benefit of doing that because geographically of where we were located. So I'm here in Atlanta. Darnell, managing partner and founder, Timmy and Greg Hurt, one of our other partners that nobody ever knows about. He's like the 5th Beatle. Right. They all live in Houston. And then Daryl Redmond lives in South Florida. Maurice Hollins lives in the Hampton Roads area. And then Robert Howard lives in Washington, D.C.
So that's like 7 of you guys.
Yeah, it's 7 of us that actually own the company. Partners in the company. And so what, we understood when we started the company. Now, we didn't understand each market other than maybe Atlanta to a lesser degree Houston in terms of just how hot those markets were. But what we understood is that we had the ability to scale, not only in that particular area, but then there was a geography around that area that we could also scale. So, for instance, here in Atlanta, I got Atlanta, then I can go to, Tennessee or South Carolina, North Carolina, Alabama, Florida, Northern Florida, because Daryl he's in South Florida, so he handles the majority of that. So the point is that we had the ability to scale and scale fast. Yeah. So we didn't see ourselves as regional. And when we created our business plan, that was one of the questions that we asked ourselves is, were we a local company or were we going to go big? Right. And we decided that we would use the competitive advantage we had, which was geography, to scale and then, spread out from there.
That makes sense, man. Looking at how you guys have grown so fast over like what I got in contact with Timmy during COVID, so that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And to see you guys grow that fast, I mean, it's not just local. You know, it's not just regional. I mean, I've traveled. You know, I see you guys out in Vegas. I see you guys out even in California where I came from.
Yes.
You know, I mean, you guys are all over.
Yeah. So, I mean, the goal was once we got a foothold, a reasonable foothold, and every region is different. I mean, some you have a great impact. You know, you got a lot of shops, and some you just got a few. But the goal is to figure out where we fit in, low-hanging fruit strategy to some degree, right? Get in where you fit in, least path of resistance, and then grow where you thought you had the opportunity to continue to expand your brand, right? Because what was happening is that once we got into certain places and people started hearing about us, then we started getting, requests from other areas, right? So California being one of them.
Yeah.
So people started, the curiosity was created, and it was enough that people started asking us, hey, how do we get you? And so, easy, that's fairly easy.
Fairly easy, yeah. Because we're everywhere, so it's fairly easy.
Yeah.
So we're coming to you guys live from Life and Time Cigar Lounge right here in the great city of Lithonia, Georgia. In case you guys have never been down here, get your asses down here. This is a great place. You got my man Cigar Porn Don, Cigar Porn ATL. He is also one of the founders here. My man MJ and my man Castle. I mean, so you guys are not, if you're not here, if you haven't been to Life and Times, don't hesitate any longer. It's worth the wait. It's worth the drive even.
Yeah, absolutely. Except in traffic.
You're right.
Like I was stuck in here.
I was flying trying to get here, man. I'm like, you know what? I'm good. I got 30 minutes. I'll get there in 30 minutes. Man, no, that didn't happen.
That didn't happen.
That Atlanta traffic is just Atlanta traffic.
Absolutely.
Nothing we can do about it. But Greg, I mean, tell us a little bit about, I've often wondered, I never got a chance to ask Timmy, what made you guys come up with the name Emperor's Cut? That to me, it kind of goes maybe back to some maybe even ancient times. I don't know. But how about that?
Well, it's kind of twofold. So when we were trying to figure out a name, Darnell, again, sort of is the driving force behind the company. We started, and he's a history buff as well. So we started trying to do two things. We wanted to, in creating a company, we wanted to be respectful of the Latino culture, but we wanted to actually bring our culture into this. Now, at the time, I'll be honest with you, I've been smoking 35 years. I don't know that I embraced what is now considered the culture of the cigar, because when I started, I was smoking in my backyard and on the porch, right? And I did that for many years. I didn't go to a lot of lounges. But having said that, we thought about it from the standpoint of our culture. As Black people, we were thinking, how can you infuse a healthy respect for the Latin culture into Black culture? Right. And so when we started thinking from a historical standpoint, what we were going to call a company, a lot of things kind of played out. Some things we did some focus groups on and realized that it wasn't going to work, right? But the emperors, if you think about from a historical standpoint, the Moors, were kind of in control of the Roman Empire before, so, and they were called emperors. Yes. So there's that as sort of our thought process. And then the second piece of it is that the emperor's cut, if you will, is always the best cut. It's the best cut, it's the best harvest, it's whatever the case may be. So when you think about it from that standpoint, we wanted the connotation of our cigar to be the best the harvest of tobacco. And so it's sort of that inherent meaning that if it's the emperor's cut, then it's a good cut, and it's the best. And so that's how we ultimately came up with the name Emperor's Cut.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I don't know how many people might know that. I know you guys do a lot of different podcasts and live streams, stuff like that. So, to get that information out there is really important for me. I love the education side of things, to understand why this all came about. And you touched on something that was real important, that is real important to me, is culture.
Yes.
I believe in the Spanish Latin culture that created what we have.
Absolutely.
Obviously, it goes back to the Indian thing,
absolutely,
right? But the Latin culture has really cultivated that, especially with the growth of tobacco.
No question.
And I look at that all the time and say the culture, that's the culture to me, because there's no one else that's reproducing this.
Right.
So my question to you about the culture is, I think that you touched on a little bit, but how do you feel about the current cigar culture that's being created, like you said, for or by Black people? I mean, how do you feel about that? What direction do you see that's going?
Well, so I've actually given this some thought. How accurate or how deep I am, that's a different story altogether. But an analogy would be, what we've seen in maybe hip hop or some other things. Mm-hmm. So it starts out in sort of this form, right? And nothing stays the same forever. So, there was a time and here's where the analogy is. There was a time when cigar culture, it was exclusive. It was, in these private rooms, and there was a connotation that it was a luxury and only rich people could do those types of things. Somewhat of an elitist kind of thing. So when you think about it from that standpoint, when you see its evolution, what has happened is as more of our folks started smoking cigars, it takes on the form of also our personalities, right? And so the evolution of it is a good thing. When you think about hip hop, started out in this very raw New York, street beatbox, and then Dr. Dre brings in this richness of production. It evolves even more. Anytime I think you do anything that has the connotation of cultural, there's room for interpretation of it.
Sure.
And so I think what you've seen from an evolutionary standpoint is the interpretation based upon kind of our vibe and what we do. How I feel about it, I don't know that necessarily matters. I think what ultimately matters is what I pray for as a business guy is, and in this industry, is that evolution continues to evolve, where there are a couple of things going on. That those who are doing it on the sphere of being social, this is sphere of being social, that they continue to evolve into, I don't necessarily subscribe to aficionado personally for myself, but those who evolve more in their knowledge and their journey of the cigars, and they wrap themselves around brands that are different from where they started their journey. So that's what I really hope for as it pertains to the culture piece of it. But, it has to, what people, I think, have to allow some latitude for is evolution.
Right.
No matter what it is.
Correct.
It's going to change.
Yep.
It's going to evolve into something, and it's not necessarily that we agree with it or not, but we have to appreciate that it's going to evolve.
Right.
And so that's what I see has happened with this. And, I think I look at it as the evolution, and we don't know what's going to happen. But what I hope happens is that evolution ultimately goes to more people growing into their refinement of their palates, more refinement in their discerning of what they want to smoke, whatever the case may be. And if that's the case, then, those of us who are in the industry have a fighting chance.
Yeah. And I mean, it's just important to me to understand, both sides, because, we bring something to almost everything that we touch.
No question. No question.
And
it's like one mixtape, right? I mean,
man,
you know what I'm saying? I mean, we changed basketball. Basketball now has been changed because of what? We brought that flair, we brought all of that stuff.
Or what the kids call it today, that swag.
That swag, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we brought that to the table. I mean, and the game today is a reflection of what happened. And so, but going to the point I made is that the Stephon Currys and all these other guys have refined that thing and made the game more interesting and more compelling. And that's what I hope even happens in the cigar game. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No. You're fine, man.
Yeah,
I appreciate the expansion on that, because I look at what it is that we do, how we do it, how we go about it, what we bring to the table.
Yeah.
I think, and this can be a whole nother show. I mean, I got you for a few more minutes, but I think that when we consume something, we go all the way in.
No question.
But we don't look at the other side.
Correct.
Is how can we put that back in?
Yeah.
To keep creating.
Yeah. Keep it going.
Right. So I mean, that's that. Like I said, that's a whole nother show. It's I would love to sit down and talk about a little bit of that with you.
Oh yeah.
And I really do love this industry. I love this culture.
Yeah.
And you guys got something going on, man. That's totally different.
Thank you.
I mean, for a young company, you guys been around for how long?
Yeah. So we are in the process of celebrating 5. I mean, we're coming up on our 5th year, which, that takes us out of the sphere of startup to now, being a bona fide business,
Right.
And it hasn't been easy. I'll be very frank with you. I mean, there's a lot of ups and downs, and I think there's a sexy side of the industry where you look on outside in and, thinking that it's all of this, but, to be where we are has taken a lot of, strategic planning. It's taken some luck, and it's taken the support of people who like our brand, believe enough in our brand that they continue to support us over and over again. So we've been very fortunate in that regard. I pray that we can celebrate year 10, but we're looking forward to in September sort of kicking off, sort of our 5th year anniversary.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything special planned for that?
Yeah. So we're in the process now of thinking through a couple of things. I think we're going to do something in the Houston market. I think we may do something here. Around that same time, we're looking to introduce a 5th anniversary cigar as well. Just to sort of commemorate the time.
5 years.
Yeah. So I mean, it's big. I mean, think about it in the standpoint. There's not a lot of African American brands, if you will, that sustain themselves that long. There certainly are some out there. But it should be celebrated, I think. Because, in some respects, we've been able to, show what's possible.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's an inspiration to the future entrepreneurs who are, thinking about getting into this industry.
Yep.
They see that as possible.
Yeah.
Through a company like that.
Yeah. I mean, I try to put some of this stuff in my daughter's head,
Yeah.
Say, hey, you know what? I can do this. You can do this.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
she started her little business and all that good stuff.
Yeah.
So she's learning a little bit,
Yeah.
So it's great that you guys have got yourselves out there on that platform to where it's national, and there's not too many national Black African American brands that are out there.
Yeah.
But there are some that are going to sustain, and they're going to be here for a while.
Sure.
And I know that you guys are going to be one of them.
I pray for that, man.
Yeah.
Thank you for that affirmation. I mean, that's what we expect to do. We got into this, out of a love of cigars. The core of us who started the company, we used to hang out together and smoke cigars. And, 10, 15 years ago, we got drunk one night and said, we have to start a cigar company. we sobered up the next day and said, nah, that's a dumb idea, right? But then we got together, and it was out of a love of cigars. We are entrepreneurial by nature, and we thought that we could merge those two things together to create this company. And we pray that it has a good runway,
Right.
and whatever that the end course is, it is. But I just pray that we continue to have a good runway, and that people support us, and that we can continue to produce product that people are proud of and certainly want to purchase.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And I see that's happening all over the country. So I don't think you got a problem with that.
Thanks.
I do. So, no, I just want to thank you, Greg. I mean, I know this was kind of like I don't want to say last minute throw together, but, we reached out, a little while ago, and, you said you're going to come through, and I really do appreciate it, man.
Absolutely.
So, please keep kicking those stones, man. You guys are overturning a lot of them, and he makes some good stuff, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Keep doing that. And that's who it is, you guys. Mr. Greg Willis of Emperor's Cut. And we always want to thank all of our guests who come on, such as he. So, Greg, once again, man, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. We're going to try to talk to some of these other guys as Cigar Life Guy is still setting up for his 3rd anniversary party right here at Life and Time Cigar Lounge. I told y'all, get on down here, man. Everything going to start about 4 o'clock. We're just doing this right now, so make sure to head down, beat the traffic, and beat the heat, because it's hot as hell out here, man. It's hot as hell. Greg, thank you, man.
Yeah, it's all good.
It's a pleasure. I definitely want to catch up with you again, man. We'll definitely talk about
Absolutely.
that. Greg Willis, you guys. Always good talking to him. Always. So I know a man that owns the place, runs the place, does everything. He's ready to get on the mic for the first time, I think. Last time we were talking, he said there's been plenty of people who come in here and do podcasts and do shows, but he has never sat in on one. So I'm excited that this would be his first time sitting in, especially with BNL behind the brand. So we're gonna take a moment and let him get himself together. He is he's still working out some kinks in the background right there. So we're just gonna take a moment and pause so that we can get him on in there and be able to let you guys understand what the Life and Time Cigar Lounge is all about.
Good interview, man.
Excellent. Thanks, sir.
Excellent. That's my show. Excellent.
We definitely, I definitely want to get you on later.
Okay, yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I mean, if you can get the team together, that'd be awesome too.
Yeah,
However many people that can.
yeah, we could make that happen.
MJ, bring your ass.
We're done stalling.
This should be like the new temporary setup.
I'm gonna keep it like this one. Let me go wash my hands real quick.
I like it.
Oh, girl.
Oh, okay. That's all I was like.
I'm on pause. I got music going.
I was changing in the car.
Mm-hmm. What's happening?
Hi. Oh, I'm so stressed out.
Don't be stressed out. It ain't that tough. Whatever it is, it's gonna pass.
Right.
Mikey.
Leo Brown. As I live and breathe. What are you doing?
You know, I do what I do.
Are we going live?
Yeah. Y'all know whatever we do, it happens live. Yes, the thing is on. That's Cigar Mike, y'all. In case y'all don't know who the hell that is. Cigar Mike is always giving me a good time. Good time.
Pause.
Short.
We're not going to use that ever again. Can we edit that?
Always give you a good time.
We're not going to use that ever again.
Put the headphones on.
Let me take some takes.
That's right, y'all. We back. I hope y'all been listening to Describe as we sit here live at Cigar Life Guy's 3rd anniversary party. Right here, Life and Time Cigar Lounge. Y'all know what it is. This is what we do. We get out. So right now, sitting next to me, to my left, maybe to your right, I've been knowing this dude for a little while now. We actually crossed paths prior to me actually moving out of Georgia. And it was on Facebook. And I hate to even say that the way that it happened, because I thought that I was talking to a woman. And he so eloquently corrected me, said, "No, I'm a guy." So,
I mean, you know, my voice is a little higher, right? You know. So.
but no, it was through direct message and all that stuff,
yeah.
But from the way it looked like it was going to be like a woman who was going to own it. But she corrected me, and it was cool. And then, you know, we got to talking, come to find out that we both from Chicago.
Absolutely.
And
South side.
Yeah, well, West Side for me. You know, we'll have this battle every now and then.
That's right.
You know, West side, best side.
I don't know about that. South side, 10 Trey.
South side, mouth side, what they say. But no, no, y'all know, and please put your hands together. And it's my man, without a doubt, it's the MJ of Life and Time Cigar Lounge.
What's going on, man?
You, man. How you feeling?
Life is beautiful.
Yeah.
Life is beautiful. We're setting up for the day, 3rd anniversary, Cigar Life Guy. Looking forward to the day. I enjoy doing the event every year. Every year it gets more and more special, especially, you know, after what we went through, you know, in 20 for the pandemic. You know, see people still around, still active,
right?
You know, still doing their thing in the cigar lifestyle industry is a great thing.
Well, you know, every time I would come here in the past, the place is packed. Every time. I mean, there's not a time that I haven't been here that the place is not packed. And I expect to see nothing less this time. And it's just going to get better and better. I know it will. So, you know, we're going to make sure that we talk about what's going on today. So, but first thing I want to do, man, is, you know, you mentioned before is that you often have people coming here doing podcasts and things like that, but you never get a chance to sit down, man. So what I want to do, man, I want you to take the time, please, and explain to people what Life and Time is all about, why the lounge was created, and what you guys actually do here, man.
Okay, so we're Life and Times Cigars and Coffee, located at 6947 Main Street, Lithonia, Georgia, and we've been here for 4.5 years. Our anniversary will actually be January 1st of our 5th year anniversary will be January 1st of 2023. So we're looking forward to that. You know, I've wanted to open up a lounge for probably 10, 11 years.
Yeah.
I was married at the time, and for personal reasons, my wife didn't want me to smoke.
Right.
And drink that much for the most part. And, you know, I was a trained bartender, so
right.
It was bad enough that I was a bartender dishing out drinks. You know, she didn't want me to do that as a regular profession. So, you know, I tried to be that good husband.
Sure.
You know, I waited years, and I waited until I got divorced.
Yeah.
And then I said, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and follow my dream.
Right.
And so that's what I decided to do. And we were lucky enough to find the beautiful city of Lithonia to lay our roots down and move forward. And it's been a great adventure. It's just been fun. I love it. You know, I've been part of the Atlanta cigar scene. I would probably say for about 15 years. Yeah. And I've known like Cigar Mike forever in the day. And I would probably say he's probably one of the first people that actually brought me around the community that you know, I still hang around today. Right. So I thank him for that. And
don't give Cigar Mike too much credit.
Well, I'm only doing that because he's standing around.
Oh, okay, got it.
So
okay, all right.
If he wasn't here,
yeah,
you know,
we wouldn't be talking like this.
You know, yeah, I would have on my Cigar Mike ain't shit.
Right.
T-shirt.
Right. Because he still ain't shit.
Right. Yeah. We got to come up with a new one, man, because we've done Cigar Mike ain't shit. He still ain't shit. I don't know what we're gonna say after that. You know?
I think we should say Cigar Mike ... Who gives a shit?
Yeah. That's it. We rolling with that one.
The great part is you still have name chest.
Hey, look, that T-shirt will be available in September for Atlanta Cigar Experience. Best believe that. We will have that movie.
Oh man, that's great.
Yeah. So it's just been great, you know.
Right.
I love seeing Lithonia. I love the Atlanta Cigar scene, and then, you know, outside of it, you know, everywhere that we usually go, you know, Charlotte, hang out there.
Right. Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas. I mean, you know, everywhere we go, New York, all of that. So it's just been good, and it's been fun to actually be part of the industry also. Yeah. Outside of just being a consumer, to have so many friends that are cigar manufacturers and tobacconists, and just enjoying the lifestyle. You know, every day I learn something about the industry. Yeah. I never think I've mastered it. It's always something I can learn, and, you know, advice from certain people and everything thing. So it's been cool.
When I'm still learning from people like Steve Soccer, I know it's not over yet.
Oh yeah,
You can. This industry never ever is dead.
Nah,
it's always changing.
And people like Soccer, he only gives you certain information at certain times.
Tell me about it.
He's never just going to lay it all out for you. He's going to give you little tidbits, little nuggets, and then you run off and think you know it all, and then he smacks you upside the head with something else.
Right. I just always thank you, man. Every time I see him. And he's like, what are you thanking me for, Leo? Like, you give me little bits and I learn from it and I keep growing and, being able to help other people,
Yeah, I feel thankful. Like, one of my biggest things, and I definitely don't want to forget to mention this, that we're Life and Time Cigars and Coffee, but we are the only Espinosa branded lounge in the state of Georgia.
Hey,
We
how about
definitely
that?
have going for us.
That's worth it.
Yeah,
That's worth
shout
it.
out to Eric and Eric Jr.
Yeah.
The whole team, for backing us, and it's been a great partnership. And over the years, been able to work with their team, and Jack and Hector over there, and Danielle. So great experience, and we just gonna keep it going, and it's cool. Funny story. So I met Eric, let's say, 10, 11, 12 years ago, right? I don't remember anymore. And one time I was with Mike, and he said, hey, let's go down there. We were going down to Miami. So one of our many trips. Me and him used to take Miami road trips. And so we went down to Hialeah. And, we hung out and said, man, we'll go over to one of my boys' warehouse. We said, okay, cool. So we went over there. And it ended up being the Espinosa warehouse. Yeah. So me and Eric had a great time. And from then, we just hit it off. So we kept in contact. So every time we came to Miami, he was like, hey, come see me. Right. So, we did, or I did. And we would hang out each other every time. So after a while, you start, communication on the phone and stuff like that. And we ended up becoming friends. Right. Just outside the cigar.
Sure.
We were talking to each other, talking about family and, checking up on each other and stuff like that. And I told him, I said, hey, when I started thinking about the lounge, I was like, I wanted to have a niche in Atlanta. I didn't want to be one of the hundreds of, cigar lounges that we have in Atlanta. So my niche was, I said, okay, I'm always smoking in Florida, Miami, Clearwater, Tampa, all like that. I love coffee. One of the things we don't do here is appreciate cigars and coffee.
Correct.
So that was one niche. The second niche was to be a boutique lounge, a boutique cigar lounge. Yeah. You can go everywhere and get the big brands.
Sure.
But when you start traveling and you see other brands that we call boutiques, and they're great cigars. Sure. They just sometimes can't make it to the other regions of the states, and they don't have that sales or that marketing money behind them. But they're great cigars. So I said, well, let me let that be my the second piece to it, right? Right. So so we got that, and then the third, I was like, one of the things, everybody has a name to the lounge, and you hope to make a name for yourself, whatever. But then the thing was, it was like, hey, when you go to Miami and stuff like that, there's branded lounges. I don't want to be a branded lounge. Who can I partner with? I didn't want to just partner in name and some bullshit. I wanted to be true to the game, true to the industry. So I asked Eric, and I didn't have a building. Right. I didn't have a business plan. Like, I had nothing. I had an idea. Right. And I told him, I said, Eric, I'm telling you right now, within the next year to year and a half, I'm going to be working on opening a cigar lounge. I would love to be at Espinosa Lounge. And he said, really? And I was like, yes. And he said, you serious? I said, I'm dead serious. I wouldn't even bring it up to you if I wasn't serious. Right. And he said, well, it's funny, other people have asked me to, let them brand the lounge at Espinosa. And I've thought about it, but he said, if you're honest about it, he said, I'll give you 2 years. He said, I'll give you 2 years. If I don't hear nothing from you in 2 years, don't come ask me about that shit again. Right. Everything's off. And I said, hey, I'll take those 2 years, man. And like literally within a year, a I found this building. I bought the building, and I just so happened to have a trip coming to Miami.
Right.
And I took a couple of pictures, and I waited till I went down to Hialeah. And I went down and I showed him the building, and he said, "Is this it?" I said, "Yeah, it's done." I said, "It's mine."
Right.
And he said, "It's yours? You bought it?" I said, "Yeah, it's mine. It's my building." So he said, "Okay." He said, "Let's go with it."
Yeah.
And that was it, man. And we rolled from that day. And like literally, when we started talking about the design of the building and the layout, he literally had somebody come and take digital photos of the rooms so he could see where to put all the Espinosa stuff,
Right,
and
yeah.
logo and stuff like that. So it was great. It was great, and then we just took off from there. So
It's about the area, man.
yeah, man, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, he deserves a lot of credit. A lot of stuff that happens in the industry that people don't know he's part of. He's a very humble guy.
Right.
Very, very humble.
Real humble.
But anyway, so this has been a great thing, man. So we here, we're celebrating Cigar Life Guy.
Yeah. Hey, he's a good dude, man.
Yeah,
I like Dave.
He
He's
is.
been around for a while, doing his thing.
outside so you can talk.
Yeah.
Oh no, we'd rather you have him here.
I'd rather talk about you in front.
We talk about you like we talk about Mike.
Just to be honest, right?
I want you right here when we talk, man.
Right here. No, man.
All right, he's gone. All right, we can talk.
But no, it's always great, man. I'm glad to actually have a nice little sit down with you right here, right now.
Oh, this is cool, man. We need to do this more often, man.
Yeah. I mean, still, like I said, the transition is happening and
Yeah, definitely.
getting settled in, and it's just one of those things where I got to start getting around, checking out different lounges and see, what they can do and help me out with. And you've always opened the door for me.
Always, man. You take your time. We're not going nowhere.
Yeah.
Not going Oh, and before I forget, shout out to the Life and Times team.
Yes.
Castle, Don, Nikki, Damali. Shout out to my family. That's my team right here. That's those people who ride with me every day. So love those guys.
Yeah, and big shout out to you, man, for everything that you're doing. Being around this long and still taking care of the people.
Definitely, man. Man.
So
Shout out to you. Bring your ass back to Atlanta, boy. It's about damn time.
It took a while. But no, man, for sure. Really appreciate you, man. Always good to come through and see you and smoke with you, have a drink and all that good stuff. Can't wait to see how the rest of the night turn out, man.
Oh, definitely, man. It's gonna be a good time, man.
Hell yeah.
Good time.
It's gonna be fun.
All right, boy.
All right, brother. I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir.
That's my man MJ, man. Out of Life and Times. If y'all don't know, now you know. Get your ass down here. Stop wasting time. I know it's far, but it don't matter.
It ain't that far, man. It ain't that far.
They're gonna have a good time. It don't matter. All right, we got some other people coming up here, and we're gonna try to get some stuff going. We're gonna bring in the man of the hour, whose name is all on the back of me. We've been putting together this thing for 4, 5, 6 months now, and it's been a real treat. Like I mentioned earlier, to talk to this guy, be around this guy. He brings a lot of information, a lot of knowledge. It can definitely help you out if you need some life insurance, and people who smoke can't get insurance. So, without further ado, the man of the hour, the man that brought all this together, the man that brought us all together, is going to be my man, Cigar Life Guy. And if you don't know him, go ahead to the website, understand what this guy does, how he does it. No, don't even understand how he does it. Don't even worry about that. Just understand he can do it. That's all that you need to do. So, that might be too close. Let me get you.
I'll just let you know.
Yeah. All right. Cigar Life Guy, everybody. Cigar Life
Rocking and
Guy.
rolling.
Can you hear everybody okay? The people love you.
Oh,
The people
man,
love you.
this crowd, man. We are not large in numbers yet because we haven't started yet. But wow, that sound! It sure sounded like we packed already.
It's gonna be a packed house. It's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be crazy.
Hell yeah.
It is gonna be crazy.
Dave, what's up, man?
Not much, man. We're just having fun.
Yeah, we are.
We are gonna have a lot of fun.
Yeah. So talk to us, man. Tell us about why you put this thing together and why you decided to put it together with Life and Times one more time.
Well, first of all, let's just start with the Life and Times part of this.
gosh, I mean, MJ is a tough act to follow with all this, right? No, the entire Life and Times team is just fantastic. Both when I come in here just as a patron throughout the year, I live about 15 miles from here, and so I love to patronize in here.
Right.
We did the first one of these, our second anniversary party, about this time last year, right here, and it worked so well. I'm talking to Mike, Cigar Mike, about what we want to do for this year, and we're like, let's just run it back. And MJ and Castle and crew were happy enough to invite us back, and I'm like, let's go.
Yeah.
So that's why we're here at Life and Times. And really, I mean, my take on wanting to do this is, I do a lot of cigar events, and it's really about business building for me, getting my brand out there. And when I say events, I'm talking about things outside of Atlanta.
Right.
And this is really just about fun.
Yeah.
And it's not about business building for me.
You're not trying to sell insurance?
I'm really not trying to sell insurance. Really, this would probably be the lightest show I do all year, as far as actually writing life insurance.
Right.
But this is really what I call like a customer appreciation party.
Right.
As much as anything, it's, hey, everybody come out, have a good time. And not knocking folks that charge an admission to get in or ticketed events, but our approach is real different. It's like, come one, come all.
Right.
First come, first serve. No section. We're not selling sections. No reserve seating.
No cabanas.
Come out. Obviously, patronize the establishment, but come out and have fun and enjoy yourself. And really, that's the theme for the day. And it's about giving back. I'm terribly excited that Cigars for Warriors is going to be here.
Absolutely.
Later on. And we'll talk a little bit more about that probably. But, that's from a charitable standpoint, that's our real focus for this year's event.
Right. And I love Cigars For Warriors. Talking to RJ, we're going to get together and have a little sit down also. And like I put in some of the advertisements, you guys bring some cigars. You guys want to say thank you. You guys want to give back to the troops. Bring some cigars.
Yeah.
Not even bring some cigars. I'm sorry, Dave, but don't even bring cigars. Come here, purchase them, and then give it.
Yeah. And I'll get us going. I'm gonna give RJ 50 to get us started.
Oh, what?
50
cigars?
That's just out of my personal humor.
Wow.
Yeah, so I love the Cigars for Warriors guys. The mission's incredible. Again, RJ's gonna talk more about that, but they were one of the first folks to really reach out to me when I got this business going 3 years ago. And we've done a number of things with them. You've probably seen those Cigars Just Taste Better in Atlanta t-shirts around. That was a fundraiser that Mike and I did last year around his Atlanta cigar experience. We raised a couple $1,000, sent them just over $2,000.
Nice.
With that engagement, which was great, and we're excited that we're going to have a couple of people, 2 board members from Cigars for Warriors in the house for this event.
Right.
Just look forward to doing it.
All right, man. So I know you said that you had some goodies to possibly give out to people.
Well, so we do have goodies. We have
This cup is dope.
this stainless steel. I don't know if you can see it super well up there. Stainless steel beer mug. It's also good for whiskey, I'm told.
Yeah.
Stainless steel mug that we're going to be giving out to everybody that comes out and joins us here today. We've got a couple of other little special surprises here. And actually, if you let me hop off of here, I'm going to give you do one more little surprise.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah.
Kill a minute.
We can always kill a minute. It's not too hard for us to do that. It's just a matter of enjoying what it is we do. And so hopefully you guys are able to shoot down here to Life and Time Cigar Lounge. It is going to be one hell of a show that Dave has put together. We're going to get Cigar Mike in here in just a few minutes after Dave gets done, so he can rant and rave a little bit. And, just show the man that he is. He always has a good time. He's going to come in a little bit sooner than what we expected him to do. But that's okay. That's just Cigar Mike.
Great job.
I appreciate that, Mike. Mike always gives me a nice vote of confidence. Always. So I appreciate it.
You want to hop back on here?
So
Or is he on here?
No, so no.
I'm taking the bag. I leave, but I'm taking the bag. Bag's going with me.
Why? Why you taking the bag, man?
Perks of the job.
Oh, goodness gracious.
You give this guy perks?
So, surprise number 2. See if we can get this up here real good so that we can see this here.
A Cigar Life Guy
Cigar Life Guy Cigar.
Okay.
And this is made by my good friend Troy from Honor Cigars.
My man Troy.
And I'm going to bless you with this here, Leo.
Oh.
So
Oh.
enjoy that.
Perks of the job.
That's next up, I hope, right? So here's a story on this. I ran into Troy a couple weeks ago. He's like, man, I can't make your party. I'm so bummed, but I got to do something for you. And he's like, can you email me your logo? I'll get you some cigars. So that kind of blew me away.
Right.
It's frankly. It's nice to smoke your own cigar.
Hell yeah.
Trust me, these things are not for sale. We're not getting into the cigar business. I'm just blessed to have good friends. Thank you very much, Troy. We got plenty of surprises today. They keep coming. So we're having a lot of fun. And Troy, again, check him out, honorcigars.com. He's around all over the place. He's local here in Atlanta, but he's got a national company. And he's got some wonderful stuff. So check him out.
I can't wait.
But
Troy, we'll catch up with you.
yeah, so he is not listening to this. He is sitting on a beach in Florida right now.
Right.
Well deserved, my friend. Well deserved.
Oh,
But So before we get too far off track, I know I said I'm not going to sell you life insurance today, but just to kind of ground folks real quick in what it is that I do in this, what this business is Cigar Life Guy is a cigar lifestyle brand. We're very active in the entire cigar culture. We get around to different stuff. We have a lot of fun with cigars. But the business, what allows us to do all this, what allows me to smoke all these cigars and call this work, is I'm the cigar smoker's life insurance broker. What we do is we get you life insurance at non-tobacco rates, no matter how many cigars you smoke, which saves you about 70%. It's incredible. You don't have to lie. It's right there in black and white on the application. And literally, people that are in this room, a lot of people that are coming out, I'm saving them thousands of dollars a year, straight up.
Yep.
And that's the business. I'm going to shut up about the business part of this, but check me out, cigarlifeguy.com, and you can learn more about that side of what we do. And that's kind of the engine that funds all of this fun stuff.
It's always good, man,
Yeah.
to be able to have that option when it does come to insurance, because a lot of people don't get that option because they're smokers, and all of a sudden the policy prices are higher.
No,
Or they can't get a policy.
absolutely. And you put it where you don't have to lie, you don't have to play those games. You can go straight down the middle, tell the truth, and still get life insurance. But moving on from that, I tell you, I am just blown away. Literally, I was counting it up. We have 16 different companies, either cigar companies like Emperor's Cut that actually make sticks, or cigar-related companies, companies that sell accessories, what have you, that are either sponsoring or hosting this event. So, I'm just blown away that many great people want to formally be involved with my sorry ass.
Man, you know what? And like I told you, I was definitely honored and privileged to be your media coverage. And
we're definitely happy to have you. And I'm gonna tell a quick Leo story here. We're working on the project, and Leo says, "I'll do the flyer." Mike and I both look at him. Mike, sounds good to me. Sounds good to me. And so invariably, as this thing just keeps getting bigger and bigger, rippling, we said, we're going to lock this down, and whatever, and give Leo a call. So we got good news, we got bad news. Good news is we got 3 more companies that are going to be involved in this thing. Bad news is I'm going to send you the logos. We need you to fit them on the flag. But Leo was a good egg through about 95% of it.
right.
That other 5% we won't talk about. I just give him a pass on it. But
It was,
that's a pro tip for any of you that are thinking about getting involved with event promotion.
Yeah.
Is when they say we need somebody to do the flyer, don't put your hand up.
don't be
That's
so
when
fast.
that's when you go to the bathroom. That's when you do anything but put your hand up.
Yes, that is that time, and you know, but I give it all to you. You know, I told you I'd be here for you. I told you I'd do it,
Absolutely.
and you know, it was a little tough at times, but you know what? I think it was all worth it in the end.
Oh, I tell you what, we are going to have a fan-freaking-tastic time today. I mean, literally, we are not even getting started yet.
Right.
And the energy of just a few folks that are sponsors and are already here in the room is just fantastic. It is going to be crazy. Got DJ Jack Money coming in here later tonight. We got Cigar Mike is doing his shit for us again. And let me just brag on Cigar Mike for just a second. Some of us that are in Atlanta take him for granted a little bit because we see so much of him. This guy is a living legend, and I'm just blown away that he does so much for me throughout the year. But it's like, let me do this for you, Dave. Let's rock and roll. I'm blessed.
Yeah.
I really am. So thank you again, Mike. Appreciate everything that you do.
Mike's a hell of a guy. Mike's a hell of a guy. And that's who we got, guys. Cigar Life Guy. You guys can see it all behind me. It's all set up for you guys to come down here to Life and Time Cigar Lounge. Where the hell are you guys? We just need to see you. Come in, donate a cigar, buy a drink, and do what you do after that.
Smoke a cigar too, So don't cheat yourself. Get one for you, get one for Cigars for Warriors. Get 2 drinks for you. You don't have to give one of those. You don't have to give those to Cigars for Warriors.
Get over anybody.
You just drink them.
Oh man,
yeah.
Cigar Life Guy Dave, man. Thank you.
Again. We'll get you somebody else up. Put your little pause music on. We'll get you somebody else going here.
We're gonna bring in the hostess with the mostest here. We're gonna get Mr. Cigar Mike on the mic, outside of the mics that he normally uses. Mike's, like Dave said, great guy. Been around the industry for years. Has done for a lot of people and has been there for a lot of people. And, just want to make sure that we give him an opportunity to sit down, have a nice conversation, get you guys to get to know him. For those of you who don't know him, he's a comedian. He's a comedian. And he's not a poet, and he knows it, but he can definitely get out on the microphone. He can raise the crowd, get everybody going, and I don't know if he's gonna sit there without a mic or what.
You didn't say it. You said sit down.
Yeah, get a mic.
Sitting down.
Get a mic. Get a mic, Mike. Put them headphones on.
New testament.
All right. What's going on, big dog? You can hear everything now, can't you? Yeah.
Your stuff is happening. This is great.
What's going on, Mike? How you doing, man?
Hey, what's up, Liv?
Man, we
Good to have you here, bro.
yeah, man. I'm glad to be here.
So what's going on with you?
Man, life, just living, man. Just doing what I do. It's hard to do that. I know how to spin it. Yeah. People,
What's going on in the world, Liv?
well, you know what? Just living life, man. Just trying to take it day by day. Do what I do. Keep the show on the road. And
Still all without a mustache.
all without a mustache.
Okay.
No mustache. But y'all don't know the joke. Don't worry about it. But it's
He'll type it in later.
that's the running thing, man. Mike and I, we've had a great relationship from the jump. First meeting him, he asked me what I did. He's like, he said, let me introduce you to some people, and that's what he does. If he says he's going to do something, he's going to come through, no matter what anybody knows about him, has heard about him. He's a good guy. He's a great guy. And I'm glad to call him a friend, and glad to be sitting here beside him as much as I do. So thank you, man. Thank you.
No, I'm really glad to hear, man. Told me he was coming back to town. I was excited.
Yeah. So you were trying to get me back for a while.
We were gonna do with Leo. Leo here now.
Mike been trying to get me back for a while.
Yeah, since we've been back. Hey, we've been having a dope time, man.
Yeah.
You gotta come to Atlanta, man.
Rocking and rolling.
Man, and Leo, what's going on? Dave, and Just start pulling it, like sometimes stay to it. Just helps with everybody.
Yeah, why not? Everybody deserves some love. Yeah. So it's definitely it's a different approach to me being back here in Atlanta because it was not like this when I left 13 years ago. Not even close. So I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. It is different because there's so much going on here in the cigar world, and Mike is in tune with all of it. And I don't know how the hell you do it. I don't know when you sleep. I don't know how you sleep. And every time it seems like I call you, like, yeah, I just got here. Yeah, I just got there. I'm like, damn, man, you roll way hell a lot more than me. But you know, I mean, how's that going for you, man? I mean, is it becoming something that people are starting to catch on to and be able to say, yo, I got to get you here. I need you to host this for me. How's it going?
It's been crazy because most people only see the part of the business where having events and in 2020, like that just went away. Like, no Mike on the mic, just for like 7 months, and I was like, I want to start y'all with this first. You know what I'm saying? So only 17 and right? You know, but I made a promise to myself. I was like, hey, I know you look out for children and foods. I'll fall somewhere in there. If you let me get
I think it's more the food part, though.
It could be.
Yeah.
I'll take it right here.
Yeah.
My mom told me the sun shines on the dog's ass every now and again.
Every now and again.
Every now and again. But I said, if you let me get through this, I promise you it's all gas and brakes. Right. So that's what I do.
Yeah. And I kind of did the same thing, man. You know, when this whole thing hit, I was like, yo, I'm just pumping it in. Pumping it in. You know? See, and Leo's my friend, and this is what I tell everybody about Leo. No disrespect to anybody, but Leo was doing this before the quarantine, so he's not a quarantine celebrity. He didn't just come about. Nobody had anything to do. You know, Leo was there long before that. You and Myron. Yeah, Myron.
We're there long before that, and I had a lot of respect for that at that time. And then coming to the quarantine, and that's when I was seeing people that think, check out Leo. Because I know what you're doing. I know the positivity of what you're doing. Yeah. And I know where it's coming from. Because we all started this before no money. Right. None of us came into this with sponsors.
I ain't inherit shit.
Nothing. We came into it bare bones. We felt like we were doing something for the culture. Mm-hmm. And eventually I started to make money. Like, oh, okay, I guess you can make money.
Right.
I thought I was just doing it for the hell. So, hats off to you, bro.
I appreciate that, man. Really.
I appreciate everything you do.
I really mean that. I mean, you said that since day one, and you haven't changed, you haven't backed down. Like I said, you introduced me to people, got me in contact with people, and done things with people. So big up to you, man. For doing what it is that you do, the networking and the relationship building that you do, man. Big up to you, big time.
That's what you do. Yeah, we got it. And I was just having a discussion with Greg. The number of cigar smokers, or I guess percentage-wise, is a pretty stagnant number.
Right.
It's, let's say, somewhere between 1.5% and 2.5% of the U.S. population.
Yeah.
And it stays that way. And my theory is because for every one person that starts smoking, there are two people.
That's right.
There's somebody that dies.
Yep. And
there's somebody whose wife after about 30 years goes, you know what?
Yeah.
That's going to be about it.
That's enough.
Somebody's doctor goes,
yeah, you might want to.
Fix name on the
right. Even though you got the Cigar Life policy.
Right. Keep the policy. Don't let the policy go.
Right.
And so a lot of people, I think the unfortunate circumstance that we find ourselves in, and I equate it to jazz. And jazz is a dying art. And a lot of that I attribute to, and don't get mad at me. You get mad. I said a lot of fucked up shit. Very mild. But a lot of the traditionalists, a lot of the super jazz heads, when like Kenny G, G came along, they said, that's not jazz. That's what it is.
It is jazz.
This, and they made that separation of me. Instead of saying, hey, guy who's listening to Kenny G, have you ever heard of Miles Davis?
Right.
Have you ever heard of Mark? Let me play this for you. Right. instead of inviting them in. And there are a lot of people who are in the culture, seasoned cigar smokers, 10, 12, 15, 20 years. They go, oh, man. And I'm the one. And without them, this will literally die out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So we got to do things that are a little more inviting. We, events, my events are for anybody.
Right.
And come in, have a good time. Whether it's your first cigar, smoke once a month, or twice a month, or 3 times a day. This is I like to provide an environment where all those people will feel comfortable.
Right.
And if you got a question, there are people around that you can ask.
Yeah.
And I'll introduce you to, Leo, hey, meet Leo, MJ is the owner, Chris Hector from Billable Cigars. Cigars For Warriors, people who can talk to you about it and make you feel more comfortable.
Yeah.
Stepping into the cigar smoking arena.
Right.
And you go from smoking cigars to, if you want to go deeper and deeper, to being a part of the culture, which means understanding what it means to smoke a cigar, the fellowship, the camaraderie, all those things that are involved. Because, like I said, before there were all these lounges, I've been smoking for 26 years.
Yeah.
And before all these lounges, it was just a bunch of dudes just sitting around with a bottle of whiskey, just talking about life, talking about the wife, the kids, the job, just regular stuff. So yeah, I'm the turn up king, but it's not always about that.
Right. Yeah.
I really enjoy those times. It was just a few people sitting around and we just talking about life,
Having a
telling jokes.
conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And talking about you smoking. Right. And that's what keeps the cigar side of the cigar culture going, because everybody has a every cigar.
That's right. There's too many out there to smoke.
Yeah.
There's too many.
I got a couple of them. Try this.
Right.
You see me 2 weeks from now, hey, that was pretty good, but have you had
This.
Cool. And you keep it going.
It's a culture in its own, the cigar industry. And it's not. I tell people all the time, this isn't like going out to a bar. Things go sideways when you go to a bar. But when you go to a cigar lounge, it's a whole different area, a whole different animal, and it's more relaxing, and it's more enjoyment, and it's more fellowship. That's really what it's all about, man. So I love this. I got into this. I tell the story all the time. I got into this because of my ex-wife, and I thank her every day. So
there you go.
She has created a monster.
Not many ex-wives do thank you.
No, they don't. Oh man, hey, this is my mother, so don't say nothing out loud. He gonna say something anyway. But no, my mama knows me. She understands what this thing is all about, so she's never worried. But no, man, I mean, just wanted to get you in here, man. Talk to you for a minute. I know we always talk, but some people have heard about you and never seen you, and I can't believe that even. But but it's always good to sit down with you, man. And social media. I know there's some people who do not have internet at home. So I got it on my phone. But no, man, it's always good to see you, man. Always good to see what's going on with you.
We're gonna have a great time today. Y'all got time to get here. And trust me, this is just the media part of the day. We're gonna pick up. We got some dope windows.
Mm-hmm.
My man Michael Wells in the building. Michael Wells Leatherworks. So that's what we.
Yeah, it's
got some other stuff. Barbecue man coming.
right.
Chris is at Greg Empress Cut. The effective Billable Cigars. ATL Cigars is coming down.
Right.
So
This
we're
is-
gonna have a lot of people here.
It's gonna be a hell of a day.
Tents already set up outside. Barbecue.
Right. I'm ready to eat. Right. Yeah, you gotta have the right macaroni and cheese.
As men, we don't talk as men, we will have barbecue. All week.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We got ribs. What's that on the side? Chicken.
Right. Got some chips.
We got some Pringles. You know what I'm saying? I really like side
Right. Right. We gonna eat.
Yeah. What is Chris?
I don't know. Oh, I think he's in Philly. No, that's what it is. That's what it is. Yeah. You're probably at home. You're probably.
What up, Chris? Chris is my favorite serial killer. He's not really a serial killer. I'm just waiting for him to have an episode of Criminal Minds. So, hey, man, he's see me. So, make sure
everybody gets the hello. You drunk? No. Oh, okay. It's in the works. Oh, so you good. I would have a Gatorade just in case. I might need some. It's going to be a long night.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to touch the team for a again, thank you for being here.
Cigar Life Guy. I feel like the weather. I was gonna call it Atlanta. That's not nice. Okay, my bad. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's a good thing.
Right, I know you did. The night is young.
It's gonna be it. I want to see a whole lot of back and forth banter.
Show up tonight. It's gonna be stupid. Cigar Life Guy is in the building along with Cigar Mike. This is gonna be a hell of a day. It's gonna be a show that you'll never forget. Come on down into Life and Time. It's gonna be a great time. Great time. Appreciate you, big dog. And that's what it is, man. Cigar Mike is in the building. We're gonna get a couple other people in here before the time gets long. I'm gonna try to get RJ in from Cigars For Warriors. That would be good. So that we can get him explaining to you guys exactly what Cigars For Warriors is all about. Being a retiree from the military now, I've been dealing with Cigars For Warriors for years upon years. And it's one of those things to where it's a donation type of thing. These guys do not make nearly as much money as you guys would even believe. So it's not that, there's this whole organization and they're making millions of dollars. No, this is all in support of the troops. And it's a way for them to say thank you and a way to actually give back. So without further ado, we're going to bring in my man, RJ.
How you doing, man?
Good, man. How you doing? Nice to finally meet you in person.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we talked on the phone a couple days ago and got to understand a little bit more about who he is because I already know about Cigar For Warriors. So it really didn't make any sense to talk about Cigars For Warriors with him. I just wanted to get more information about RJ. But we're going to dive into both of them today. So, tell us a little bit about you. I know that you got a history here in Georgia.
Yeah.
And also with the military.
Yeah, so my dad was military. And he ended up here in Georgia at one of the bases. And so when I was a kid, we came here. And I kind of grew up here, went through high school, went through college. And, times are the way they are. Sometimes you got to move, different opportunities, stuff like that. I ended up out in San Antonio.
Right.
And out there at a cigar festival is where I met Storm. I volunteered to help him out a little bit. Ended up where I am now.
So where you are now. So what do you do now for Cigar For Warriors?
So I am the marketing director for Cigar For Warriors. I design a lot of the stuff that you see.
Wow.
Print goods, coins that we sell, stuff like that.
So I need to come to you when it's time for some designs.
I do some freelance work.
Yeah, because Cigar Life Guy, he was talking about it earlier. I put together some of the flyers that were put out there. And man, I do it already for the show that I have and stuff like that. And it's already some work to put in, but I couldn't imagine doing it full time. And I know that you said that you have a degree in graphic arts.
I actually have 3.
Right.
I went to college here in Georgia and got a career line set up to do graphic art and design. That didn't really work out at the time. So I ended up going and getting a culinary arts degree, and then the job market fell apart. I ended up getting a mechanics degree.
Wow.
Little bit of everything.
Now you want to say jack of all trades. Wow. There's a lot of things that people can do, but 3 degrees in 3 different areas, that's huge. That's huge. So, big ups to you for that.
I like learning stuff.
I see. I see. But man, Cigars for Warriors have been around for ages. And, if you could take a little bit of time and explain to people exactly what Cigar for Warriors is and what they do.
Yeah, so there's a pretty simple way. When you're in a combat zone, you're dealing with the stress of that, and one of your friends gets hurt or dies or anything stressful happens, you have a couple of options. You can go sit in the corner and think about that by yourself and internalize it and go over it and over it and over it. Or you can take one of our packages, sit down with your friends and smoke a cigar and talk about good times, bad times, all of them. Because we all know this is an equalizer.
Absolutely.
You and I are from different walks of life. We have almost nothing but this in common.
That's it.
And we're able to sit down and discuss anything. One of these.
That's right.
And so this can help prevent things like PTSD.
So
Because you de-stress instead of sucking all that up.
That's right. And, I was explaining earlier before you jumped on the fact that, you guys accept donations. And you'd rather have a cigar for the guys. I'm sure you guys accept money donations as well. But what does that look like from internal for Cigar for Warriors? I mean, whenever those packages come in, how are those distributed at that time? So like for me, like I was explaining to you, that the lounge I worked at in San Diego, what we would do is that we would take the money, because we had people donate money, whatever they wanted to, and then we would purchase the cigars. So then once we purchase the cigars, we send them to you guys. So then what happens after that with those packages?
Okay, so when you send the cigars to one of our distribution points, main one is Robert Allen down in Florida. We have a satellite one in Peter Cicero. He gets all of the major events. They rehab them if they need to be rehumidified. They get them packed up nice, and they put them in the boxes and send them to the troops. But we have to use the U.S. Postal Service because we're shipping to ATO.
Correct.
The only way to maintain any kind of sane shipping cost at all is to do flat rate boxes.
Right.
We get a bulk rate at that because of the inflation. We save where we can. Most of the money that gets donated either goes into raffle prizes that we raffle at profit, or it goes into paying for shipping. When you look at our organization and actually really look at it, check out our website. I'm sorry, we're working on it. It's a little scary right now, but we're working. We're Guide Star certified. We're platinum certified. Guide Star is kind of like the Better Business for the charity.
Right.
To be platinum certified, you have to be completely transparent with all the things. Most people don't know, but we have over 500 volunteers. Wow, nobody gets paid. Right. The money goes straight to the troops. That's not true of other military charities. Right. So if you donate cash, 9 times out of 10, it's probably going into shipping. And if you have a question about it, we can probably show you.
Yeah.
Because we track all of that because we want to take care of the troops. That's the mission. It's not take care of our volunteer group.
Yeah. And that goes a long way whenever you have people like that volunteer, guys, for absolutely nothing, out of the love of supporting some other people, caring for other people. With that, Cigar for Warriors been on for about how long?
10 years.
10 years. 10 years. Man, it seemed like it's been so much longer. Man, wow. Shows how time flies when you're having fun or when you're being shot at. So, with that, man, I mean, when you look at what is actually going on, like you said, out on the battlefields and, whether it be in ships or, what have you, there's a lot that needs to be looked at as far as, de-stressing. Do you guys run into that, whenever you're around? I'm sure you guys go to USOs and things like that as well. Do you guys run into that, where you have those guys that just, they start talking, they just keep going, and, how do you guys handle those kind of things?
You have to kind of just deal. They have to say what they have to say. best thing you can do with anyone that has any kind of issue or anything like that is listen.
Yeah.
That's the best thing for anybody. Try and understand.
Right. And that's key. I try to tell people that all the time, like, hey, you know what? Sometimes it's just a matter of listening. Don't worry about the other stuff because it's just a matter of I just need somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, and it goes to show in everything that the doctors are doing, everything that you guys are doing. You know, bringing in a cigar is definitely less stress. You know,
Yep.
and I smoke all day every day because I work in the lounge, so I de-stress every day.
I think I failed at answering that question.
No, you're fine.
I think I heard funny and answered it wrong.
No, you're fine. If you want to keep going, keep going.
It just, you always want to get whatever you can to make somebody feel better.
Right.
You know? And so that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to take care of the troops and take care of cigar smoking. You feel better if you donate to the troops.
Hell yeah. Yeah, without a doubt.
Good for everyone. It's good for the shop. They sold another cigar.
Right.
It's good for the manufacturer. They sold another cigar.
Right. So if someone wanted to become a donation location, how would they go about doing that?
That's actually fairly simple. You hop on our website, you fill out the form online, or you contact Paul Hinman. You can send me an email, reach out to any of our social media channels. My wife Abby over here will answer you and get you to the right person.
Nice.
And that's for volunteers and for donations. There's only a few of us that answer and deal with all of the stuff that goes on.
Okay. All right. So you guys heard it. You know, if you guys got a lounge out there, I would hope that you guys want to donate to Cigars For Warriors. So make sure you go on the website, go on the social media, fill out the form, and let's get it going. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. RJ, man, it's been a pleasure, brother.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate you. We'll definitely talk a little bit later.
Absolutely.
And
I'm here all night.
Okay. And I'm here all night too. There he is, you guys. This is Mr. RJ with Cigar For Warriors. We're gonna get one more person in. Oh, two people. I'm being told. So we got my man Hector from Villiger Cigars walking up right now, getting ready to get the headphones and mic'd up. So can't wait to talk about Villiger. I'm actually just smoking when we got on. So in case you guys haven't had the Villiger cigar, please go check out Villiger. But we're gonna get Hector to talk all about this thing and tell us exactly what Villiger is all about because he is the national salesman. So he does it all. He goes everywhere. There's nowhere that he doesn't go. And I'm sure you got some stories for us whenever we're talking about being a national rep. So I can't wait. Hector, how you doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
Thank you for having me.
Good. Oh, always, man. I mean, there's not a time that you can't come on. I promise you. Whenever you're ready. So talk to us a little bit about Villiger Cigars, man. I mean, Villiger's been around for a very long time. And
188.
yeah, I want to say yeah.
Exactly what I've been smoking right now.
So I mean, I know some people know that Villiger made cigarettes and cigars, obviously. Tell us a little bit of background about Villiger Cigars.
So I've been with the company since 2017.
Okay.
2017. So Villiger is a Swiss company. It was founded, like I said, in 1888. It's 133 years. This is the third generation of the family that runs the business.
Nice.
They did start as a small company out of the garage of their house. They make their little cigarettes. And that's how it started. Nowadays, we do have a portfolio of handmade cigars, machine-made cigars, pipe tobacco. So pretty much is one of the biggest, largest cigar companies in the world.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. I mean, I don't typically smoke Villiger cigars often. I've had a few that I enjoyed. I enjoyed this one here.
The Cigar Clutch.
Yes, this is pretty tasty.
It's in Connecticut, but it's sort of a benefit from so it's with a lot of flavor.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of flavor. Very easy to smoke. Most cigars I don't take down this far because they start getting hot or start getting that sharp kind of taste, which makes me say, all right, I'm done. But this one I'm still smoking. It's still maintaining the burn and everything, even though I've been talking. But this is a very, very good cigar, you guys. If you guys get an opportunity, go out and check out Villiger. Hector, tell us a little bit about you. I hear an accent, obviously. Where you
Of
from?
course. I was born in Venezuela. My parents are from Portugal, a small island in the Pacific. It's called Madeira. It's a very small island. So my parents immigrated to Venezuela in 1957. I was born there.
Nice.
Came to the United States in 1994.
Okay.
Lived in California for a year.
Oh, where about?
Then moved out to
We're in California.
In California, I lived in an area called Thousand Oaks.
Thousand Oaks, yeah. Very familiar with it.
It's about an hour from LA.
Yep. Yeah.
Beautiful little town. But I went through the earthquakes.
Yeah.
1994. That was it for me. Out of here. Especially when they started saying the big one is coming.
Yeah, right. If I want to shake, I'll shake myself. So, you know, the typical question I don't like to ask, but with your Spanish background, when did you start smoking cigars?
Well, so when I was, like I said, I left Venezuela when I was 24 years old. I didn't smoke cigars, but my father did.
Okay.
And so I always saw him smoking cigars, and I did like the smell of cigars. So, but when I was 21, I had an experience with a cigar. It wasn't the best of it because I didn't have experience that I had. So I got really sick, so I stopped. So it was probably when say about I'm 51, like 25 years been smoking cigars.
Okay.
It was more when I started working in the restaurant industry.
Okay.
So we had this group of lawyers and doctors that used to go to a restaurant. They used to smoke in the back of the restaurant. They used to have sitting on the table, and they would come, "Hey, Hector, let's go." So we grab a bottle of cognac or whatever, bourbon or whatever, back to the kitchen, and you know we had a little party back there, and we started smoking cigars. You know, it's the way I was introduced to the business. Right.
Well, we are sitting here talking to Hector from Village of Cigars, you guys, while we are here at Life and Time Cigar Lounge here in Lithonia, Georgia. All of this is being powered by Barbecue and Smoke. If you guys haven't had barbecue and smokes sauce or chocolate covered foods, you're missing. Check them out, barbecueandsmoke.com. You can always go there and place your order. Tell them Leo sent you. You might get a leg. So Hector, you've been with the company since 2017.
Correct. So I had my experiences, my background experiences from the restaurant industry. And it was the point of time where down in Miami, the economy wasn't doing that well, the restaurants weren't doing that well. And they decided to sell the restaurant. Right. So, and it was kind of burned down a little bit because, of course, you know, the restaurant industry, you don't get to enjoy your Father's Day or your Mother's Day or Christmas. Those days are the ones that you have to be at the restaurant. So I did that for over 25 years. So I met my brother-in-law has a store down in Miami. And he introduced me to the president of the company. I was back in 2016. And he says, "Well, I'm taking over. They filled it, and I might have a position. And we would be interested in doing this." And I told him, "Listen, I don't have any experience as far as selling cigars, but I do enjoy them for sure." So he says, "Don't worry about it. I will definitely teach you what you have to learn to get into the business." So I started in 2017. I was the sales rep for Florida, then became the national manager of sales. I did that for 2 years, but it was too much, so kind of went back to my other position, which is the regional sales manager. Actually, I'm the regional sales manager for Florida, Georgia, Mississippi, and Alabama.
Nice. That's still a lot of area coverage.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, being in the car that long and probably not eating some good food either.
No, at all. Though I love the food up here in Georgia.
Right.
I do love my fried chickens.
Yeah, heck yeah, man. You gotta get some of that chicken. You gotta get some of the ribs. All that good stuff, man. Heck yeah, man. It's all
love Atlanta. We love Georgia. First time I was up here. It was probably about 4 years ago. And we had some orders going on. So the president of the company, I guess, wasn't too happy with it. So he told me to step in the field and see what was going on. And so I took a 3 days trip to Georgia to kind of get a feeling how it could be better.
Right.
So it became like 3 days trip, it became a week trip. It was just crazy. First day, not 20 minutes, but, you know, good 6, 7 accounts. It was every day, so I called the girlfriend and said, forget about that. I'm going back. He says, whoa, what's going on? I said, well, man, you don't know what's going on, to be honest. So I felt, like I said, I fell in love with Georgia. Atlanta. It's a city that people are very polite. I love the atmosphere. I love everything. And so it's been a trip. It's been really nice. Though the pandemic it messed up a little bit, I have to say that we couldn't travel because of the pandemic and all that, but I'm back in the territory. It's my first trip since 2020. I'd like to be up here at least a week every 2 months. Right. See each other more.
Oh yeah, I hope so. I'm glad that we got a chance to sit down and talk, get to know each other. So anything new you can tell us that's coming about?
So it was February this year. We launched the new La Libertad.
Yes.
So La Libertad is a cigar that we have from February. Cigar that's been on for 10 years. But it was made in the Dominican Republic. So we own factories. We own our factories. Machine-made factories are in Switzerland, Germany, and Indonesia. Our handmade division is more down part of the continent. So we have factories in Brazil, in Dominican Republic. We didn't have a factory in Nicaragua, but we did partner out with Hoya in Nicaragua.
Okay.
But last year, 2 years ago, Mr. Gallagher decided to open up his own factory. The funds to do
Right.
that. And so that was the thing that he wanted to do. So we built that factory and opened up last year. We moved all our tobacco to that factory. And first cigar that came out of that factory was La Libertad, the new La Libertad. It's rebranded, repackaged, the package is new, different, beautiful package. I wish I had a box here, but we got to with the delivery. There's my guy.
We can blame all of this on Mike every time.
But anyway, it's a great cigar. They reblended and they use Criollo from Esteli as a wrapper. The binder is still from Dominican Republic, from El Cigar.
Okay.
It's called Piloto Soup.
Yes.
Piloto Soup, which does give a lot of flavor from the region. Dominican Republic. And the fillers are Esteli and Halal.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Soil, so flavors on it, but cigars. Maybe I'm sure.
Yeah. I was just going to say that, yeah.
Price point that goes to about $8. So we do have a couple of stores in Georgia that we have.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, I got to find it.
La Libertad.
La Libertad. That sounds
The
awesome.
Liberty.
Yeah.
La Libertad.
Well, I tell you what, Hector. I mean, we're gonna have some more time to sit down and talk with each other.
Thank you very much.
I appreciate you coming in and sitting down with us. I definitely want to talk to you a little bit more about Villager and be able to get to know the brand a little bit more.
Do you know how your name is said in Spanish?
Leo.
Leo.
Yeah.
Leo Marron.
Leo Madron.
Marron.
Marron.
Brown.
Marron.
Marron.
Ah,
Leo.
Marron. I will remember that for all my Spanish-speaking friends. I can say my name now.
Thank you very much. Leo.
Thank you, man. I appreciate your time. And that's my man Hector out of Villager Cigars. And what a fun time to sit down and talk with you and to be able to understand a little bit more about Villager. And hopefully we can be able to get him on for a full show and be able to talk to you guys a little bit more educatedly about what Villager is actually doing. So we do got one more guest. Yes, one more guest. Yeah, Michael Noel. In case you guys do not know, Leatherworks. God, he brought the gambit up in here, boy. I can't wait to talk about this. When you talk about leatherwork, man, this is true works. Some artisan conversation. Let's find out what we got going on. Mike, how you doing, man?
I'm doing it.
Nice to see you. Nice to meet you, man. You know, I've been talking to Dave and Mike about all this. So, you know, trying to bring all this together. So, I've seen these all over the place.
That's my
Y'all don't understand how serious this is. This is some true dedication. I mean, outside of the outside of the leather itself, just the craftsmanship on this. I mean, from the buckle to can I open it up?
Oh,
Okay, all right. So we're gonna open this up. So
like a baseball.
So talk to us. Oh, I like that anyway. I'm a baseball player. So talk to us a little bit about what you got going on here with this one.
So this cigar pouch I designed 6 years ago. So I was one of the guys who used to carry the cutter.
Yeah, I still do.
Banging around. Yeah, with a zip lock.
Yeah.
So I designed this about 6 years ago, and it came to so the whole 3 cigars up to about 56 ring gauge. Has protective tubes on the inside, just in case you have a stick sell-off.
Yeah.
Up to about 7.5 inches. This side will hold your cutter, lighter, little cash, a cut card behind it.
Oh man. Oh, for real. Oh man, this is awesome. This is nice. You guys can't appreciate it, you know, here unless you have one in your hand. Like I said, well crafted, feels awesome. I mean, this feels awesome, man. So over time, does it patina at all? Or? Really? So it's darker. Yeah. What are we looking at retail here? 175.
And unless you touch it on an event,
Right.
like today,
Uh-huh.
then it'll be at a special event. So you better show up.
You want to take my money now? so let's take a look at the bag. I don't want to call it the wrong thing.
This is my monster backpack.
Is that what it's called? Is it called Monster?
Yep, called the monster backpack.
Okay.
It's made out of saddle leather. I've actually made it small enough so that you can bring it on the airplane and put it in the overhead, so you don't have to check the beautiful piece of it.
Wow.
And you can hold it good 3 days.
So you just hit my heart because, you know, being a military guy, you always have a 3-day pack.
Yep.
You know, so this works for me.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys just check this out. I mean, this is dope.
And that's my personal one, but I did bring one special one
For somebody? In case somebody do something right for you. This is awesome. You guys like I said, the
quick release buttons on it.
Yeah.
Inside pocket.
Oh wow.
You can fit everything.
I can turn it this way so everybody can see here. So that's nice. That's well worth it. Yeah.
Well, go ahead and take that turquoise one.
Oh, something special.
So I also not only do I do the regular colors,
something for the ladies.
This is a handful of beautiful turquoise.
Wow. Are you doing any in any other colors? You know, purple and yellow.
I do purple, yellows. I have yellow and a pink one.
Okay.
But I always include the ladies with regards to the colors.
Sure.
Just as much as we do.
If not more.
Correct.
And they look better doing it.
Yeah.
Man, see, I'm gonna get in trouble. I can't hang around you and Mike and Dave no more.
Well, if you do.
If you do.
Whatever cigars you get from them, that's from the team.
Exactly.
This should hold about 8 boxes.
Take them out the box, put them in there. Man, y'all know what I can do with this? Going to PCA and TPE. Oh man. All right. Enough of this. I'm gonna let you put that back over there. We gonna continue the conversation. So tell us how you got started with this. Now, I mean, I know you said you got tired of carrying this, but I've talked to another guy, Peter Lindari. Lorendi, excuse me, with Peter Jensen, and he does a lot of Italian leather. I know you said that this was salvage. What other kind of leathers are you using? Are you using anything outside of that, or?
I've done a few with the crocodile alligator, but those hides are so expensive.
Right.
That you I only do a few a year.
Right.
For certain events.
Yeah.
But we got 2 big places that are going to launch this baby shortly.
Really?
So stay tuned. Stay tuned. We're coming in a big way.
Breaking news.
Coming in a big way.
Man. So where you guys out of?
So out of Charlotte, North Carolina. I took the name. Obviously, my name is Brian. I thought it was a little boring.
Right.
So to middle name. Michael and Noel. I wanted something that would stay relevant for 50, 60 years.
Right.
Even long after I'm dead.
Right.
So I put a lot of thought into that. I put everything into this.
It shows.
I cut them out myself and stitch them out.
So you do all this
Everything myself.
yourself.
Yes, sir.
That's dedication.
Yeah, it's a true passion.
That's dedication. And I appreciate someone like yourself putting together something like this. It means everything. So just looking at the bags here, so it looks like everything has a buckle. Do you have anything with zippers or anything like that? No,
I stay away from zippers. And the main reason, because it would end up looking like I wanted something that was identifiable from the customer.
that is.
And if you see one of mine and someone's at yours, because it has a distinct feel.
All right. So what do we need to do to help you out? Because I'm in Atlanta. What can I do to help you out to kind of market this thing and get it going?
Well, this is a great thing. Everyone, they can go to the website at Michael you can see all the crazy stuff I ever created on Instagram. And then Leather Works. I bless my friend Mike with a beautiful satchel.
Yeah.
With his likeness on it.
Yeah.
He didn't expect it. I gave it to him. Let me see the bag for a second. Not letting go, but
Let me see it.
but I just gave it to you.
Right.
And I haven't touched the bag since I
That's a shame. That's a shame.
But
man.
it tells me that I'm doing the right thing.
Yes.
I'm doing the right thing.
Yes, 100%, man. I mean, like I said, I've seen all your stuff online before. I've never touched it in person. There's a lot more appreciation for it.
I appreciate that.
A lot more appreciation for it. So I applaud you for doing all this yourself. You know, I mean, are the kids gonna try to get in with you?
We'll see.
Yeah. What? How old are you?
I'm sure they're 25 and 18.
Okay.
My daughter's sophomore. North Carolina. Son graduated from Syracuse.
All right.
They'll probably just wait to see a couple more zeros at the end.
Oh, come on, Dad. Right. This is our name. That's right. Yeah. No, man, this is actually awesome. This is interesting. I keep looking at this thing because it's just beautiful. I'm sorry, you guys. I mean, like I said, this camera doesn't do justice. This is really, really beautiful. I would definitely be partaking in one of these. Wow. That's all I can say, you guys. But this is awesome. We're going to make sure that everybody can follow you. So give us all your social media, website, and all that stuff.
IG, MN Leatherworks, and website is Michael Noel.
There you go, man. Let's place these orders. So, ain't no discounts. Don't worry about a promo code, discount code. Ain't no discounts. We're gonna put in this money for this man and his family, and we're gonna make sure that we promote the hell out of it. Yes, sir. All day long. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for bringing this great stuff in. Seriously. There it is, man. Michael Noel in the house. So you don't get no better than that. You got great products with Leatherworks. We got some great cigars. We got some donation people. We got Cigar Life Guy. We got Life in Times. And all of this is being powered by barbecue and smoke. So we're going to bring Dave in one last time. We're going to wrap this thing up. And we're going to let the party get started here shortly. But with that being said, Cigar Life, it's all wrapped up.
I'm going to let you do this third time. Hey, I'm a prima donna. What can I say, man? I mean, you know, he's supposed to have a nice buxom woman that gets me all made up and everything. I had to do my own makeup today and everything. I got to get my. Look out! Oh, yeah, well, come on, Leo, come on, man. No, wow, what a show, man.
Yeah.
I love this format too. I mean, I know I've been on your program before, and I did a full, hour with you. I think an hour or an hour and a half, however long you had. But I think this is really cool, not just with the show. I love the format where you got I think we had 6 or 7 guests, and we popped through 10 minutes of pop, give take, and it's a lot of fun, hard hitting stuff. And man. Again, I'm just tickled with the caliber of people that have chosen to spend their time with me and Leo and Mike and Life and Times. And I just can't wait to get this started tonight. This is going to be a lot of fun.
Right.
So,
are you standing that get up?
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're not fancy here. This is all I ask is that you wear pants. That is the only requirement. Is you must wear pants.
You got to cover.
You got to cover. And shirts are yeah, wear a shirt too. But yeah,
they might become
pants.
You gotta
wear pants.
Man, Dave, seriously, man, thank you for letting me cover this for you. This is a treasure.
Thank you for doing this.
Man, this ain't hard work when you love it. Absolutely, when you love it. I appreciate it. Big ups to MJ and the whole Life and Times crew here. Big ups to Cigar Mike and all the vendors and sponsors that have decided to join forces with Cigar Life Guy. Dave, once again, man, it's an honor. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you. And you guys make sure, please, don't forget, check out Barbecue and Smoke, barbecuesmoke.com, Barbecue and Smoke on Instagram.
Yeah, big shout out to my guy Mac, Donis. Yeah,
Mac is the man. Mac is the man. So you guys make sure, please, keep tuning in throughout the rest of the day, or you guys will be catching this later. So make sure that when you see this, check out the other videos that we're going to have on also. And it's going to be one hell of a time. We're going to have some fun. So, Dave, once again, man.
All right, let's go. Let's go.
Let's go have some fun, man. It's on, and it's on. Come through. Get your Cigar Life Guy cigar. Don't forget about that. All right, you guys. And we're going to get out of here to my man, Scribe. And we'll see y'all in the future. I can always get back in.
Drum chicken.
Oh, this shit? Okay.
This is out of time.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So let me get something to drink and
You're already signed up. I don't know when. It could have been one of like about 10 times. Yeah, I think it was. I want to say it was TV. You did all the paperwork. Yeah, I had somebody do it. Cool. Good. I'm glad you guys.